What Kentucky Derby factor has a 76% win rate since 1962? The same factor that had a 78% win rate the last time I did this video a few years ago. Unfortunately, timing is everything in horse racing, and the year I put that video out, I really liked Two Phil's. He had the prerequisite factor that I'm going to talk about, but unfortunately, he finished second in the Kentucky Derby. And that factor is a big win. Now, I got a lot of people that kind of scoffed at this the first time around, but I want to make my case hopefully better this time. The reason I believe a big win is important in a Kentucky Derby winner is it shows the ability to separate for the level of competition the horse is at the time, because of course that's the criticism. You're going to tell me that a 13 length win in a maiden claiming race matters in the Kentucky Derby? It does, because at the time, that's what the horse was running at. That was its level. The expectation with Kentucky Derby winners is that they will continue to improve. In fact, one of the worst bets in the Kentucky Derby, and you see it every year, is people who bet on horses who've already shown their best, who've squeezed the lemon dry, as the old trainer Horatio Luro used to say. So having a big win in your past performances, 76% of Derby winners since 1962 have shown this trait, including Mystik Dan last year. In fact, Mystik Dan was one of very few last year. Now, this year, I wanted to take a look at the top three. Once again, the 76% stat is for a horse that has shown even a single big win. But we're going to concentrate on horses with multiple big wins, because if you look at the stats on the screen, you'll notice that if you have one big win, the IV is actually a little bit lower. The net return is very, very good. And you'll see with two big wins, that's when it starts to get really impressive. A 16.3% win rate. That's an impact value of 3.48, meaning these horses win 3.48 times more than expected. And the net return, 360, that's an 80% ROI. So very, very impressive. And this year we have some horses with multiple big wins. And just like last year, when the two main contenders were Fierceness and Mystik Dan, I felt Fierceness was a toss. I think he got two tosses among the three this year. East Avenue, Luxor Cafe, and California Burrito. Now, the toss for me, without really even thinking about it that much, is East Avenue. This is a horse that had big wins in each of his first two starts. They were both wire-to-wire wins. There's going to be a lot of pace in the Kentucky Derby, at least the way it looks right now. I just don't think he replicates that trip. And so I think East Avenue is going to be really up against it in the Kentucky Derby. Ditto, kind of, sort of, for California Burrito. Now, he won in extremely cheap company, and when he's faced better company, he has not performed well. However, that last race was really intriguing. You'll see in the chart that it says California Burrito took a bad step. Yeah, maybe that's why he faded as badly as he did, but it didn't look like it to me. That said, I'm not 100% sure. This is a horse that I'm kind of on the fence about, and I would probably use on a very small scale just because he does show some potential. But the horse that I think you've got to use is Luxor Cafe. Now, this is the Japanese import. He's just been dynamite as a 3-year-old. A 119 time form rating last time, and there's still a lot of upside. So if you like big wins, and you cannot lie, you got to take a look at Luxor Cafe in the Kentucky Derby this year. I will be putting out a Kentucky Derby guide. Stay tuned to this channel for updates on that. Hope you guys all have a great day. Thanks for watching.